This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning to everybody. Weather report. It's clearing up. It's got some rain. We're done. Weather report's over. You notice I don't take 2 hours to do the weather report. These ass-wiped, ignorant son of a bitches. You know, I know a lot of times I am embarrassing, but nobody's embarrassing as these professional radio and TV people. I sit there and look at them and I think, what a bunch of idiots. They're not as big as idiots as the politicians, of course. You know, they sit there. My show's never scripted, as you know, because I don't give a damn. But they read off the teleprompters, and if that teleprompter screws up, these guys are in trouble. They don't know what the hell to do. But the gals are hot, so that's okay. You can sit there and look. We don't have to listen. Yesterday, I had someone say there was something on the website, poo page or whatever the hell you call that crap, because I'm an idiot. I'm an old man. I don't get to the websites. I don't follow Facebook. I have somebody take care of some of the things for me. Because really, to be honest with you, I don't give a damn. But anyway, someone said something about me calling a woman was mad because I say bitch. Well, when I say bitch is not a gender thing with me, people. There's a lot of men that are bitches. You know, you got Sprague and Kern, they're bitches. Somebody that bitches and whines and moans all the time, some no good son of a bitch, is a bitch. And I'd like to apologize. Not so much to the women, but I will. I'm not calling every woman a bitch. I'm not calling every man a bitch. When I use a derogatory term, it's on the person that I want to be derogatory towards. But I do sincerely want to apologize to the dogs, to the female dogs, who are called bitches also. And to me, I love animals. That's kind of like a compliment. So I don't want to call Mrs. Kern or some of these other ignorant bastards bitches if they're women, because that's like a compliment. So don't think because I use the word bitch it's on women. But you know, my political enemies are the election's starting up. It's gonna get hot and heavy on both sides, and I'm sure I'm gonna be called everything but a white man. I've been called a lot worse. But do you notice at election time, it's unbelievable. We've got the 2 candidates for president, Clinton and Trump, and I don't know which one's the worst. Neither one of them, in my opinion, are great candidates. I know one's a Democrat, one's a Republican. I don't think either one give a damn about Democrats or Republicans. They give a damn about getting elected. But they always want to pigeonhole people. You got to be a Democrat. You got to be a Republican. No, you got to vote for the person, not the party. Vote for the person who is best qualified. But they don't understand that. Do you ever hear, and you won't hear it anywhere but here, a candidate for office say there's some bad candidates running as Republicans. Not on the county ticket. We've got a great county ticket. But on the state ticket, on the national ticket, all the Republicans aren't good people. They're not good candidates. Just like all the Democrats aren't good people, and they aren't good candidates. But everybody's got to play that party line. You got to, they don't got to be crap. Remember, people, it's the organizational people, Democrats and Republicans, that want you to be part of their, you hear, not our, but their organization. The hell with their organization. We got to be organized to know who the best candidate is. We got to be organized to go vote election day. We got to be organized to vote for the person that we feel is the best and will do the best for our situations, for our cities, our counties, our state, our country. We got to worry about an organization. We don't need an organization. We just need some common sense, people. Common sense is what we need. We never get it. Everybody acts like asswipes. Man, speaking of asswipes, yesterday, I'm coming out of Home Depot and I've got my state representative car I'm driving. It's another clown car, and yes, with the clown driving it. You heard that story of people that didn't. I have my radio car and it's all marked up, and the cute little boy was at the mall, and I got out of the car and he walked by and he says, "Mama, look at that clown car." And I said, "Yes, sir, son," and I'm the clown that's driving that car. That's how we got the clown car out of it. But anyway, I'm driving my state representative car. And I pull around, it's getting ready to leave, and here's this asswipe idiot, this white stupid idiot with his white stupid wife, gonna flip me off. And I didn't know if he was saluting me or flip me off, so I just swerved back around. I thought maybe he was waving at me. I really didn't know. I thought, though, how can the bastard flip me off? I've never don't even know the guy, I don't think. And I pull up and I said, "Hey, was that a wave or a finger?" "Well, I don't like what you say, you son of a bitch." I said, "Well, I don't like what you say, you ignorant bastard." You're going to flip me off and give me crap. And you people, I tell all of you, friends and enemies, don't screw with me and I won't screw with you. Never once have I put a mic in somebody's face. Never once have I been aggressive to somebody at their face. I'll be aggressive on the radio, and you can call up and be as aggressive as you want. I don't believe in violence, but I'll be damned. And so I'm going to tell you, Sprague, Kern, these guys are running desperate. They're running afraid. They're going to try every trick in the book. I'm surprised, and I don't know. They may try to have me arrested today for something that they did. But see, that's just like Gestapo tactics. They can say I said or did anything. Now, Kern and Eckert, Mayor Eckert, threatened me. Nothing ever become of it. The mayor of Caseyville was threatened. Nothing become of it. It's like this Hillary Clinton crap yesterday. Now the FBI says, even though she's totally wrong, they're not going to make an arrest. Hell, what I did was 50 times less than this. But that's what's wrong with politics, people. They take care of their own. They don't give a damn about the vast majority of us. You know, we're going to get in trouble for doing crap. And they're going to do everything in the world, every criminal act in the world. And not just the Democrats. I'm talking about the Republicans, too. Nothing ever happens to the big shots. Nothing ever happens to the big shots. But anyway, all you asswipe, Sprague and Kern and Barra Civic supporters, keep your finger to yourself or shove it up your ass, because I'm not taking that crap. I'm not going to sit there and take it. Somebody give me crap, I'm like Trump. In certain ways. Got bad hair like Trump. But I'm going to give it back to you 10 times, so don't think. And see, Sprague and Kern and Barra Civic, these no good, no count, good for nothing, cockroach sucking son of a bitches, they're not going to get out and do their own fighting. Are you crazy? They're going to sick somebody on everybody. But for you asswipe bastard, and I told him, I said, well, don't listen if you don't like what I say. You're going to do something about it? And I just drove off because I knew there were going to be problems. The man was very, very, very aggressive. But let me tell you, Sprague, Kern, Barra Civic, you can send all your henchmen out for me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take care of myself. Now, you asswipe, rotten bastards, everybody knows you guys. Everybody laughs at you guys when you walk down the street. Nobody respects you, Kern. Are you nuts? Nobody respects you, Barra Civic, Sprague. They know what no good son of a bitches you are. Now, they may fear you, and they don't fear you for what you could do. They fear you for what you could have done. Those guys aren't going to do anything on their own. They're not going to get their hands dirty. Those are the big shots. People remember that. These no good son of a bitches have been screwing us for the last 20, 30, 40 years, and we're going to let it go? Let's take care of our housekeeping. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. The 145th Annual Millstadt Fireman's Picnic will be held this Friday and Saturday, July the 8th and 9th at Liederkranz Park in Millstadt, Illinois. Going to have chicken dinners, going to have beer, music by the Well Hungarians, and also metal studs. That'll be this coming Friday and Saturday, July the 8th and 9th at the beautiful town of Millstadt, Illinois at Liederkranz Park. Freeburg Police and Public Safety Fundraiser will be held Saturday, July the 16th at Clinton Hills Golf Course. It's a fundraiser held by the good people of Freeburg to help out their Canine Corps. And I want to thank and salute Matt Trout. He's a trustee. He's putting this together to help the police department and their Canine Corps. If you'd like to get involved, help the good people of Freeburg, the Freeburg Canine Corps, you can call Matt Trout. It's 618-410-8077. Coming up this Thursday, tomorrow, July the 7th, from 3 to 8 p.m. at the St. James Catholic Parish and School Blood Drive in Millstadt, Illinois. It's held at the Parish Hall, located at 412 West Washington Avenue in Millstadt. Any questions or concerns, or I guess make an appointment, you can call our good friend Marge at 618-401-5122. They're having their July the 9th annual church picnic. Will be held at the shaded church grounds on Saturday, July the 9th. It says, come join us. Thank you, Jared Hartzman. That's the Damiansville picnic, the annual church picnic. We're going to try to make it out there, but it'll be held this Saturday. They'll have inflatable rides, ice cold beer, food, bingo, much more. So if you can make it out to Damiansville this Saturday, July the 9th, please do. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our great stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. I've got my Facebook page, the Fans of the Grim Reaper, and we're going to talk about that momentarily. I've got my new Facebook page, Bob Romanik for State Representative, and you can get on there and cuss me out or write some bad crap because I really don't care. But if you want the best in political information, you can go to St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. The best in cartoons, the satires, the underbelly of everything that's going on in St. Clair County politics. I want to say Patty Sprague, our illustrious auditor, and the wife, the babysitting wife of Bob Sprague. And you guys know that story. Let me give it to you again if you don't. Bob Sprague, who didn't go to his dad's funeral, who didn't go to his brother's funeral, that wraps it up in a nutshell. That tells you and shows you what a no-good ass-white piece of crap Bob Sprague, St. Clair County Central Committee Chairman, is. And Sprague, throw all those flyers out, put all those bulletins out on Bob Romanik and call me anything you want. But let me tell you one thing, at least I had enough respect for my family to go to my family's funeral. And because of a few dollars, I didn't fight him. This Bob Sprague, do you people understand? No matter what I can say bad about Bob Sprague, and I can say an awful lot bad about that ass-white bastard, that low-life, that's lower than scum, son of a bitch. Makes all this money from these black towns, from Centerville Township, Cahokia, all over the place. He's making hundreds of thousands of dollars off the backs of the hardworking blacks. He'll get these candidates elected, then he becomes the city attorney, $150,000 in Centerville Township, $200,000 in Cahokia. And he's made so many bad decisions. He's cost Cahokia about $1 million in this last lawsuit. And all you union people know that Sprague let the mayor of Cahokia, I believe, illegally fire. Well, it was illegal because they're all back to work. the courts put them back to work. And that's with Bob Sprague's recommendation, I would guess, to be fired because he's the attorney. He's the one that's supposed to give them the legal play on that. And wouldn't you think he'd try to protect the union guys that he asked for the votes every 2 and 4 years? They don't give a damn about the union people. These Democrats in St. Clair County, these rotten bastards don't give a damn about anybody but themselves. But anyway, if you go to the Grim Reaper, fans of the Grim Reaper, we've got a cartoon of Patty, roly-poly Patty Sprague. It's a XXX large rated, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And we're lampooning all these son of a bitches. They're going to come after us, and so when they do, we're just going to come after them 10 times as hard. And it's probably going to be pretty entertaining. I got to say, with all the ads, you'll see one ad where the guy's the low-lifest bastard in town. Then another ad he puts on, and he's the nicest guy in town. I don't know who the hell we're going to believe with all these ads. See, when I put an ad on for me, I'm going to put a bad ad. I'm going to tell you I'm a felon. I'm going to tell you I'm a no-good son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you that I am pretty low-life, but not as low-life as my opponents, Sprague, Kern, Barasivic, LaToya Greenwood, Lonzo Greenwood. I'm not quite as low as those son of a bitches, so I feel pretty good about that. But I'm going to give you the underbelly of me. I told you before, I'm not a perfect candidate. Far from being perfect. And if you don't want to vote for me, just don't vote for me. I can't change who I am or where I went or where I'm going. But I tell you what, if you people come with me, it's going to be a hell of a ride to Springfield, because I'm not going to take any crap from the Republicans, and I'm not going to take any crap from the Democrats. We're going to give them crap. The people in the 114th Legislative District, people in Springfield, people in Chicago, these politicians, both Democrats and Republicans, are going to know about the 114th Legislative District in this great state of Illinois, because we're going to put them on the map. We're going to let them know that we want something for Southern Illinois. We want something for downstate. We're tired of supporting Chicago. But you'll go up there and they'll give you 2 or 3 different committees to be on. You get $10,000 for each committee. But here, Madigan, here, Rauner, I'm not taking a salary. I'm not taking any benefits. I'm not taking a penny from the hardworking taxpayers. I don't need it. It's greed when you take it and don't need it. Then I don't need it, and I'm not greedy. But it's going to be interesting this election year. You're starting to see all the bad ads. And there's some of them are funny. I'm sure there'll be some funny ads on me, and we'll put some funny ads out on those guys. But get through the ads. Get through the bull crap, people. Sit down and think. Who's going to do what for you? Do you think these Democrats, after 40 years, you think anything's going to change? And I'm talking to you good Democrats out there, a lot of great Democrats. You're not organizational Democrats. You're not part of the Democratic machine. You just have the Democratic philosophy. A lot of great people. But don't let them push you in voting for the party just because somebody on that ticket's a Democrat. If they do that, they're totally insulting your intelligence. You know that. You should vote the person, not the party. Who gives a damn about what party somebody's with? As long as they're going to do something for the community, as long as they're going to do something for you and your family, your neighbors. And that's what politics are supposed to be. They're supposed to help you, not hurt you. These politicians get in your pocket, more taxes, more this. We lost the NGA. We lost the spy agency. You know what Kern and Sprague and Barasivic have done with that airport out there? It's cost us, the taxpayers, over $500 million. And we keep letting that crap go. And they keep saying, hey, it's going to get better. Hey, you no good son of a bitches, it ain't going to get better. I want to put a shout out to my good friend Deal. He's got the Real Deal mobile car and truck wash. They come out and do your trucks washing and your cars. You can keep them in your driveway. They'll come out in the mobile car and truck wash. And it's not a paid advertisement. I was talking to him last night. And it's amazing, all the small businesses out there, these people trying to make it, people that have 2 and 3 jobs. And they want to know why our children are growing up the way they are. Because no parents can ever be at home now. The dad's got to work 2 and 3 jobs. The mother has to work 1 or 2 jobs. And that's because these political no-good son of a bitches, these career politicians, people. We don't need career politicians. We need people to get in, get the job done, and get out. Let somebody else come in. But no, they want to make it a career. It was never meant to be a career. But anyway, the real deal. And Deal, I want to thank you very much. His number, if you guys wanted somebody to come by your house, come by your business while you're working and wash your car, wash your truck, you can call Deal at 618-670-1198. And Deal, thank you very much for your support and your friendship. Friday, it'll be an honor and a privilege. I've got a new Marine Mitch Spicer. He's the son of the mayor of Freeburg's, Seth Spicer. This is a gentleman that was on the air a few months back. Good-looking young man. He's the mayor of Seth Spicer, again, the mayor of Freeburg. He's a son. He said, hey, Bob, I could go to college. I think he could have got a scholarship. Nice-looking young man. He said, but I want to serve my country. So here's a guy that had everything going for him, didn't have to worry about getting in harm's way, but he went into the Marine Corps, and I think, nothing better. Mayor Seth Spicer, you ought to be proud of your son, and everybody that has a family member, son or daughter, who enlists in the service to help fight the terrorists, to help make our country and keep our country safe and free. You guys be proud. There's nothing better. You could get a PhD or win the World Series, and you can't be any prouder than being a family of a member of the military. And we want to, again, salute you guys. Mayor Seth Spicer will be with us on Friday with his son, Mitchell Spicer. And by the way, Mitchell's getting married Saturday, and if you're listening to Mitch, congratulations. If you make half as good as husband as you've made a Marine, you'll have a successful marriage. We're going to take a quick break. Roger Cook just walked in. We're going to come back. Lines are always open. You can call toll-free, 1-888-394-1430 on the east side, 394-1190. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Apparently, there wasn't much going on in the world on July the 6th. There's only a couple things. I'm going to bypass those. But I want to thank fat ass Patty Sprague, you ignorant, stupid, whatever the hell you are. Number one, to marry an ass-white bastard like Bob Sprague. I know it was for love, Patty. I know it was. And I know it was because he's such a good-looking man. He's only good-looking if he wraps $100 bills around his face and shoves a few down his throat where he can't breathe properly, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. And Bob Sprague, kiss my ass. You ain't no big shot, you rotten bastard son of a bitch. He walks around like he's somebody, drives that big Cadillac Bassman, and you proud black people are getting screwed every day by that useless, worthless son of a bitch. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal, Sprague. Sprague, I want to know, do you get drunk? Do you get drunk and pass out and piss in your drawers? You stanky son of a bitch, you smelly bastard. And I got to say, Kern. I know he's a big supporter of the LGBT XYZ. I don't give a damn. Kern, I'm asking a question. I don't know. Are you gay? I'm just curious. Are you gay, Mark Sweetcakes Kern? Where'd you ever come up with the name Sweetcakes? They tell me that somebody got arrested for walking down the street years back in women's clothes. Somebody said it was somebody close to you, Kern, and I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm going to ask you, Kern, did you ever dress in drag and walk down the street and get stopped by the police back in the day in Belleville? Was that you, you idiot? Was that you? I kind of think it was. We've got policemen that say maybe it was. I'm alleging it at this point, of course. But Sweet Cake, people, how do you think a guy gets the name Sweet Cakes? What a no-good, ignorant bastard he is. But I know he's supportive of the gay community. And if you're not supportive of the gay community, Kern, give me a call. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Kern, Mark Sweetcakes Kern. Now, I know he's going to get the endorsement of the gay community in the election. Is that true, Kern? And Kern, is YMCA not only the place where you like to hang? I'm just asking, is that your favorite song? You remember that song, YMCA by the Village People? Kern, what an idiot. And you're the leader of St. Clair County? You're the one that screwed up the airport? You're the one that won't shut the airport down? You're the one costing the taxpayers of St. Clair County over $13 million a year, wasted money? You're the one, through your lack of leadership, who cost the county $1.5 billion in the NGA and the spy agency, and another $2 or $3 billion in residual income for the next 20 years, and you want to remain as St. Clair County Board Chairman? Are you crazy? Are you nuts, you stupid idiot? Take your this guy's worth $20, $30 million, people, but he's still taking the salary. And I would tell you, Kern, with all the money you have, I'm not taking any salary if I get elected state rep. I'm fortunate enough that I've made some money in my life, and I've worked hard. I haven't made it off the taxpayers' back like you and Sprague and Barra Civic. Will you pledge not to take a salary? Do you need that measly $90,000, $100,000 a year? You've got your business going, and I'm sure a lot of the people do business with Kern's business. I think it's Belleville Mechanical Supply. I don't know. But don't think he doesn't get a lot of business because who he is. If he got business for what he is, and no good son of a bitch, he'd be broke. But speaking of that, with me, and again, this is Bob Romanik talking, not Rodger Cook. Rodger just come in, and Rodger is the candidate against Mark Sweetcakes Kern. Rodger's running on the Republican ticket for St. Clair County Board Chairman. And I don't know if Rodger has Republican leanings or Democratic leanings, but I say at the local level, why the hell do we have to have Democrat? I understand at the federal level. It's because of the financial situation, because of the foreign policies. But why at the county, the city, even the state level sometime, why have a Democratic Party and a Republican Party? Why can't we just put everybody on the ballot and vote for the person that you think's best qualified? There's always has to be that organizational politics. And I'm running on the Republican ticket, but I'll be damned, people, don't vote for me if you think you're voting for a Republican. And don't vote for me if you think you're voting for an ex-Democrat. Vote for me because you believe I'll go to Springfield and I'll shake up Springfield. Springfield needs to be shaken up because there's nothing going on in Springfield. It's taken a year and we still don't have a budget. Everybody in this great United States is laughing at us. And even more than laughing at us, it's costing us so much money when we're not paying our bills. 1% a month. 1% a month. That's 12%. So if we owe someone $1 million, a vendor, at the end of this year, it was $1,200,000. No, I'm sorry, $1,120,000. $120,000 extra because we haven't paid our bills. Our credit rating is going down the tubes, and because of that, when we the people of the state of Illinois, borrow money, it's at a higher interest rate. It's unbelievable. We're letting this happen, people. We're sitting on our lame asses. That's all of us sitting on our lame asses. A lot of people listening can't even pay their bills. And you're letting this happen? And they're going to continue to tax us until we have nothing, until we're working 4 jobs. People, it's time for a change. It is time for a change. Hey, before we get with Rodger, I'm going to say happy birthday to Chris Heatherly. He's a good friend of ours. He's with the Freedom Coalition, him and his wife, Patty, fighting hard for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. And that's uniting Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white, for a better, more efficient, and honest form of government. That's what we want to do. We want to change the scenery in St. Clair County. We don't want to be Democrats. We don't want to be Republicans. We want to be Americans leading the way, helping out our towns, our counties, our states, our country, helping everybody succeed in life. And that's what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is about. And by the way, Saturday at noon at 6000 West Main will be the grand opening of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's headquarters. We've got all of our political information there. We're going to have a big barbecue. Everyone is welcome to come out and meet and greet. We're going to have our candidates with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Again, we're running on the Republican ballot, but that don't mean we're all Republicans. That means that we're the Freedom Coalition. We've united some Democrats, some Republicans on our ticket, some black, some white, some men, some women. We stood by our slogan. We say vote the person, not the party. But we're having our grand opening this Saturday at noon to 4 p.m. Going to have pork steaks, going to have chicken wings, going to have whatever. A lot of barbecue for everyone. Everyone's invited until the food runs out, and we're going to have a lot of barbecue, I guarantee you. But it's at 60th and West Main. And then after this week, if anybody would like to get involved, help the Freedom Coalition, people call all the time and say, hey, how do I get involved? How do I become part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition? Well, this is a way now because we're starting the election cycle starting Saturday. So if you want to come out, you can meet and greet the candidates. You can get some flyers. You can get some bumper stickers. You can get posters. You can get yard signs. We're going to kick it off on Saturday. We're going to have the New Vision Democrats come up from East St. Louis, our supporters. We're going to have the Cahokia division of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition come up. We're going to have a lot of the political people in Belleville. They're going to be there. So it's going to be a great time. Come and get something to eat, meet the candidates. And if you need any information, would like to get involved, we're located at 6000 West Main in Belleville. You'll see the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition sign. So that's going to be Saturday, starting at noon. Come on out, meet the candidates, have something to eat, have a good time from noon to 4 p.m. And then we're going to kick off the election that following Monday. We're going to be out on the streets. We're going to be talking to the people all throughout St. Clair County because there's a movement, a patriotic movement going on. And I think November the 8th, 2016, you'll see the results. With me, Mr. Rodger Cook. And Rodger, as you heard, it's not you talking about your opponent, it's me. And I've talked with enough people, and I don't know if you have to get, and I know you're a decent guy, if you have to get too nasty with Kern because everybody knows his background. Everybody knows what a failure he's been to St. Clair County. So I would assume that you're probably just going to put your best foot forward and tell people how you're going to change things.
Well, Bob, as you well know, I'm an issue-oriented guy. I'm upset what's going on in our county for years, and that's what got me back involved in politics. It's not about the personal attack. I don't do that. That's just not in me. I will attack on issues, and I have numerous issues. His battle, Mark Kern's battle that he started with you years ago,
right,
is his battle, and it's your battle. You guys are men. You guys can handle it like men.
Now, wait a minute. I'm a man. He's not. He's a pussy boy, but go ahead. Come on. Don't put him in the same category as me. Now, damn it. Come on.
Hey, I'll just give you some headlines here.
Okay.
I wrote that in a letter back to him because his response to my letter on debates.
Is he going to debate you?
He hasn't answered that yet. In that letter, he talks about you. And I'm responding back to letting him know that his battle with you is his battle.
Yeah, but Rodger, I'm living in their head rent-free. Them son of a bitches, they got to talk about me. And I'm going to tell you what, you ass white bastard, Mark Sweetcakes Kern and Bob Sprague, I'd rather piss in my pants and piss in the urinal. Why don't you debate Rodger Cook? 5, 6, 7 debates. You've got my word. I will not be there. Don't use me as an excuse not to have to debate Rodger Cook because he'll chew you up and spit you out, you no-good bastard. But go ahead, Rodger.
Well, I am sending Chairman Kern a letter, either late today, certified, or tomorrow, once I get it fully done. But it's pretty close. And again, wanting him to commit to debates. If he doesn't want to do all of them, which ones does he not want to do? And we'll try to put something together so we can be transparent to the people of St. Clair County.
Do you honestly, now come on, Rodger, you're a good guy. I'm going to put you on the spot. You actually think this asswipe bastard's going to debate you? Be honest.
I don't know. I do not know.
Now, see, people, you hear what Rodger said, do not know. He's taxpayer in St. Clair County, as we all are, and it's an election year, and he's challenging the chairman to a debate, and we don't know. A man would say, automatically, Kern would say, if he was a man and he's not, he would say, hell yes, I'll debate you anytime, anywhere. Roger Cook has said that. He said, hey, I'll debate Kern any place, but hey, don't debate him on his concrete next to his house because you'll get arrested. But any place other than that. But you hear what I'm saying, people? You got to wonder if this guy, he's looking for every excuse. Mark Sweet Cakes Kern looking for every excuse not to debate Roger Cook. Now it's going to be because of Bob Romanik. But now, here, Kern, here's one way that I won't facilitate your cause. If you say, if Bob Romanik kills himself, I'll debate you, Roger Cook. Now, that's the only way. But when I go out, and I will one of these days, you rotten bastards will be the first to know. So, Roger Cook, go right ahead. What the hell is wrong in St. Clair County? You've been here all your life. I've been here all my life. We've got a lot of good people, but they became so apathetic. They just sit there and take a beating. I'm tired of it. You're tired of it. That's why the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition was formed. I think it's going to be a great year, not for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, for everybody, all the good people of St. Clair County.
Bob, as you well know, you've been involved with them years ago in the past. I was offered to be mayor for life if I joined the club. I refused to do it because I know that inside establishment parties are the problem. We've had one-party rule in St. Clair County for over 30 years. Decisions are made what's best for the party instead of the people. I believe when you govern and you make every decision that's based on what's best for the people instead of a party, it's easy to govern and do good things for us, the people. But when you have a machine, you have a powerful central committee like we've had, Democratic Central Committee. Decisions are made politically instead of what's best for the people, and that's what drives me. I don't want anything to do with the establishment of either party. I think we ought to elect a person, not a party. And I think that's the key. I think we need to wake people up. I think we have. Everybody thinks there's nothing you can do. They always do. If they can't win it outright, they'll steal it, right? Well, we've addressed all that, people that are listening. We have created a path to victory through the Freedom Coalition, the voice of this radio station. And for that, Bob, we are so thankful to you for giving us the opportunity to be transparent and bring a path to victory to us, we the people in St. Clair County.
You know, Roger, and thank you for that. And I have, through my son, all this was given to my son. It was his radio stations before he passed, and that's what he had wanted to do. So I'm going to carry on his legacy. But, Roger, I give those guys the voice. How many people do you know, people out there listening, how many people do you know that would offer the St. Clair County board chairman, who is supposed to be transparent, offer him $10,000 to come on and talk to you people? We shouldn't have to give him a penny. We give him a salary. We put him in, well, I didn't. You guys put him in office, and they want to hide. They want to duck. But now if it's something that makes them look good, something that they can take credit for that they didn't do, they'll be out on Front Street. Roger, will you pledge, whether you win by 100,000 or win by one vote, and not just here, will you pledge to be transparent on this radio station, on every television station? Will you pledge, and I know you're a man of your word, will you pledge not to duck the media? Because that's part of the job of an elected official, is to get out there in the media, be transparent, and let all your constituents know what's going on, good or bad.
Absolutely, Bob. Anybody in the press that has my phone number, they can call me right now and I answer it. I don't back away from nothing. Ask me the question, I'll tell you what the truth is. And it's as simple as that. We need to bring transparency and honest, open government back to St. Clair County, and we can start, and we can do it this time. This is my last time. You know how, I want to say this, the sacrifice it takes to run for public office here in St. Clair County, and what you got to go through is a tremendous stress on your family. I have unfairly put my wife through it for quite some time, but she knows I cannot walk away from this. We've got to bring this back. And I know the fight that you fought, and you're involved in it from day one, that it is stressful. It beats you down, and it's hard. But you know what? If we can do one thing and bring honest, open government back to the people, then I'm all in for that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, Rodger, to me, it's not stressful. To me, it's like war. And people, let me tell you, I'm running for office. The second thing I want to do is get elected. The most important thing for me is destroying these people, destroying these rotten bastards, because me getting elected is only going to be a minor change. We have to get rid of Kern. We have to get rid of Sprague. Politically, of course, we have to get rid of all these people. I've had people tell me, Bob, we're for you. I said, no, you got to be for the whole ticket. You got to be for the whole Freedom Coalition ticket, because only from the top down, only from Roger Cook down, can we make a difference. Now, I'm going to make a difference in Springfield, but I can't do it by myself, people. But get elected or not, I'm going to fight every day, because my goal is to destroy these son of a bitches. Politically, of course, nothing violent, because that's the only way. We have to knock this house down. The foundation is shaky. We have to knock this house down. We have to build another foundation, because if not, if these son of a bitches win in November of 2016, if they win, it's going to be over for all of us. People are going to be moving out in droves out of St. Clair County. Sprague's going to be around for another 4 years. Kern's going to be around. And we're going to have the same 50 years, Roger, the same 50 years that we've had this last 50 years, and it's not pretty.
Well, I'm excited. I feel confident. I think we got to get out and work. We've got to energize people and get the word out that we can bring this government back to us. I'm excited about it, Bob. We need to be up, but it does wear you down on a daily basis dealing with all these issues. So I'm excited about it, and I feel good.
Mr. Roger Cook, co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition and the people's candidate for St. Clair County Board Chairman. We're going to be hearing a lot more about him. I've called Kern's office. Every time Roger comes in, I always call Kern's office and say, hey, tell the chairman, well, I don't use that term, of course. I can cuss better off the air. I don't get fined. But I said, tell Mr. Kern that he's welcome for equal time. And I will say LaToya Greenwood, my candidate, my opposition, you're welcome to equal time. Anybody that's running on the Democratic ticket, you guys can come on this radio station anytime, I tell you, and I'll give you all the time you need, because I believe in transparency. I believe that you should have the opportunity to let the people know. It's not going to cost you anything, you ass-white bastards, you chicken crap son of a bitches, but you're welcome. You're welcome to come on. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Mr. Steve Denari. He's part of the new organization, the National Association Against Political Corruption. Not the NAACP, but the NAAPC. We'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. With me, and it is an honor and a privilege, a man who's traveled the world politically. He's been on many campaigns, ran for Congress. He's been all over. A great gentleman, a political expert in the field of politics, of course. Our good friend, the treasurer of the newly super PAC formed, the National Association Against Political Corruption, not the NAACP, but the NAAPC. Steve Denari, how the heck you doing, sir?
Bob, I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I tell you, this super PAC is really, I mean, I know you've researched, you've been all over the country, you've researched. There's going to be a lot of exposure to some of these, and this are my words, not yours, of course, these asswipe, political, no-good, perverted son of a bitch and punks that we call politicians. The National Association Against Political Corruption is probably going to be the most hard-hitting organization that people have ever seen.
Well, we think so, Bob. Like I say, we haven't been here a year now and working at the county level. This is kind of ground zero. You've got a bunch of people that are really turned on about getting rid of political corruption. We want to take that not only to St. Clair County, state of Illinois, where you'll be going up to Springfield, hopefully. And
is there a prison in Springfield? Am I going to prison or to the State House? Let's get that clear. For right now,
some think it's both.
Oh, you smart ass.
For you, it might be like being in prison. They have to sit there and be quiet, Bob.
No, I've been in prison, and I tell you what, those guys are a lot more honorable in Leavenworth than they were up there in Springfield. But Steve, seriously, this National Association Against Political Corruption, I've talked with people all throughout the state of Illinois, and it's catching fire. It's going to be an exposure thing. It's going to be a group that you're going to help lead, and you've got friends, political friends, and operatives all throughout the United States. And this National Association Against Political Corruption, it's a nonpartisan group. I mean, you guys, we're coming after everybody, right? Democrats, Republicans, Independents, any corruption, we're going to try to take care of and expose.
Right, Bob, and people don't. I think they're starting to understand just what political corruption is different than regular corruption. In other words, a bribe, hand somebody some money, do that, fine, that's corruption. But political corruption, we had a good example of it. You know, we've gotten calls. Part of the reason people want this now as a national operation is just what happened with the FBI. The FBI does a big, long investigation and then comes out and says, here's all the bad stuff, but we're not going to go ahead.
Yeah, that was amazing, wasn't it? That was totally amazing. But well, we've talked to people in Springfield, and we've got calls from Washington, D.C. Apparently, the National Association Against Political Corruption, the super PAC that has just been formed that you're the treasurer of, it's getting legs, and I think it's going to be very, very hard-hitting like my show. I think people are going to be excited to get not the positive side, because anybody will bring you the positive side. We need the underbelly, and the National Association Against Political Corruption is going to do just that. It's going to give the underbelly to the people, going to let the people really know what's going on. And I like it because it is going to be nonpartisan. We don't give a damn, Democrats, Republican. If there's political corruption, people, it's going to be exposed with this new super PAC. Right or wrong, Steve?
Just absolutely right. And as I say, we'll be looking not only to putting out a bigger footprint, you know, starting here at this radio station and going on as far as a broadcast footprint, but also bringing money in, bringing those contributions in from people, the average person. But as we've seen it happen before, the average person putting in their time, putting in their $3, whatever, we want to make this a people's movement, not a partisan movement.
Yeah, it's going to be a patriotic movement that people, just remember, the National Association Against Political Corruption, the NAAPC, is going to be at your doorstep. We're going to be in and out all throughout St. Clair County, Madison County, all throughout the state of Illinois. It's going to be a patriotic movement. We're going to expose these rotten bastards, Democrats, Republicans. We don't give a damn. If there's political corruption, the National Association Against Political Corruption will be there. Mr. Steve Denari, the treasurer and co-founder. And Steve, when it's all said and done, I know you've been on many campaigns, Ross Perot for president, you've ran for Congress. Have you ever in your life and you're from Chicago initially, have you ever in your life seen any more corruption in politics in a smaller area than St. Clair County, Illinois?
It sometimes, Bob, puts Cook County to shame.
Per capita, I agree with you. Mr. Steve Denari, thank you very much. We got about a half a second. Who just stepped in? Our good friend, Ed Cockrell. Ed, how you doing?
Doing well. Hello, everybody out there in Radio Land. Steve, thank you. Bob, thank you. Fox, thank you. You can never go wrong by doing the right thing.
I think I'm going to steal that from you. What do you got your suit and tie on for? You're all spiffy. Where the hell are you going?
It's a secret, Bob.
Okay, well, hey, let's keep it a secret. You look too good for me. You're starting to look like a politician.
Well, thank you. I clean up well.
Hey, you can always look like a politician in this life, but never act like one. Mr. Ed Cockrell, he is our candidate on the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition for Board of Review. He'll do a great job. And Ed, I know tax season's coming up. People have paid their taxes. And you're always gracious enough to give your personal phone number if anybody has a problem. Because Ed, he won't say it, but I say he's just about the most intelligent person to deal with taxes in St. Clair County as anybody I've met. How can they get a hold of you, Ed, if they have a problem?
My personal cell is 618-406-5767. I also am going to be having some forums around the county. We're going to have 6 or 8 forums around the county. East St. Louis, Centerville, Fairview Heights, Millstadt, Muscuda, everywhere where people can learn what to do about appealing their assessment. And taxes are too high, and it's like my theme on the back of my campaign shirts: "Are your taxes fair?" ?
Yeah,
that's not a rhetorical question.
Yeah, well, they're not fair, and I think we as a group are going to make it fair. Mr. Steve Denari, thank you very much. The treasurer of the newly formed Super PAC, the National Association Against Political Corruption. You're going to be hearing a lot about that. And Mr. Ed Cockrell, the St. Clair County Freedom's candidate for Board of Review. And again, don't forget, people, Saturday at 6000 West Main, we're opening up our headquarters for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Going to have barbecue, going to have refreshments, going to meet and greet the candidates. We're going to have people from East St. Louis coming up, people from Cahokia, Belleville. We're all uniting as one, men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans. Stop by, get some political information, meet the candidates, get something good to eat. That'll be this Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. We got to go. See you tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriots. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to fight these rotten, asswipe, no good for nothing, son of a bitchin' bastards, these political, parasitical punks that we call politicians, the Bob Spragues, the Mark Sweetcakes, Kern. And by the way, Kern, just want to know, for my own personal information, are you gay? I'm just asking. I just have thoughts in my head. I just want to know. Mark Sweetcakes, Kern, and Bob Sprague. Go and get something done with that bladder of yours, because if you get drunk and pass out and piss in your pants, you're a bigger idiot than I thought you were. But let's continue so we can drag these no-good son of a bitches over the political coals of hell. The Spragues, the Kern, the Barasivics, the Eckerts, these asswipes that make this a political career. Let's expose these bastards, and once and for all, let's destroy them before they destroy us and future generations. And I'm being serious as a heart attack, people. It's coming if we don't stop it this year. So let's destroy these rotten bastard asswipe, cockroach-sucking son of a bitches. Let's destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful.